Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF. Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Dynamite or Mike. I am Tony Schiavone, here with Ashley Williams and with Taz. And today on Dynamite or Mike, we're going to see the ongoing hang up, hopefully the end of the hang up between Apollo Cruz and Medusa. Tony Schiavone says, and we do know Medusa has been in the TWF. I'm going to say since the end of 26 between YL, and had a hang up with Paulo Cruz when he came to the TWF in 27 between YL. That's Tony Schiavone says. You're right about that, Tony Schiavone. You're right about that, Tony. Ashley Williams says. Medusa has hated Paulo Cruz ever since both of them have been in the TWF. Since both of them have been in a toy wrestling gathering, no one truly knows why they hate each other, the bind or the hang up. I tell you why. Because Medusa is the TWF offshoot of Carson Walker. You know, who has had it out for many wrestlers over the years. He doesn't like Apollo Cruz in WWE. Medusa don't like Apollo Cruz in the TWF. And to be honest with you, I don't really like Apollo Cruz at all either, Taz says. So I feel for Medusa. Well, I understand before our match, before the match, we're going to have Jim Ross is going to be talking with Medusa before the match gets started. So we got to get Jim Ross's hat off. We're doing a little unlike here today. Alright, get your hat on. Take it away, Jim Ross. Thank you, Tony Schiavone. I'm Jim Ross, and I'm going to talk to Medusa. Medusa, today you finally come to an end of your longtime foe with Apollo Cruz. Oh, I hate Apollo Cruz. I never liked Apollo Cruz. You see, Carson Walker thinks that he's been hating Apollo Cruz since Apollo Cruz went from NXT to Raw to SmackDown to Raw to SmackDown to Raw to NXT. But I've hated Apollo Cruz since he came to TWF in 27 between YL. You see, Paulo Cruz, you think you're so cool, you say you got foresight, you can foresee a bind or a hang up before it happens. When I shift you to stone, Paulo Cruz, are you going to have any foresight to get out of that bind, out of that handicap? I don't think so. Well, Medusa, why do you hate Paulo Cruz so? You ask Carson Walker why he hates Apollo Cruz in WWE, and I'll tell you why I hate Apollo Cruz in a TWF. Well, Medusa being a bitch, back to you, Tony Schiavone. Well, thank you, Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone says. We're talking with Medusa here. And now Medusa's now coming to the ring now. Alright, Paulo Cruz, I'm done fucking with you. I'm going to end our long time fight between us. It's called long time booking. Long time writing here, folks. And I'm going to beat you. So, Paulo Cruz, you didn't do that much. You were on NXT, then you went to Raw, then to SmackDown, then to Raw, then to SmackDown, then to Raw, then to NXT. Oh, you may have been a two-time WWE. You may have been a one-time WWE Wanted Rights fighter, a one-time WWE Interland fighter, but that was it for everything you did. You didn't do anything beyond that. So let me tell you something. I don't give a shit about you. I'm going to beat you, Paulo Cruz, and then you, your foresight, whatever the fuck it's called, is going to be yesterday's news. Well, Tony Schiavone says, sadly, Medusa doesn't know Paulo Cruz is right behind her, and there's the fight keeper now, Tony Schiavone said. Well, Ashley Williams said, let's not tell Medusa, let's let her think it out for herself. Taz said, shift around, Medusa. Paulo Cruz right behind you. Oh! And he was. Paulo Cruz had Medusa and the grill press slam. Apollo Cruz is getting even today with Medusa, his longtime foe in the TWF, Tony Schiavone says. That's right, Ashley Williams says. Medusa and Apollo Cruz hated folks for a long time, since 27 between Y hour or so. I tell you one thing, Taz says. Paulo Cruz can't beat Medusa. She'll shift in the stone, Taz said. 1, 2, and only a kick out. Medusa just hit Paulo Cruz with her thing. And Medusa said, Medusa with a spin kick, knocking down Apollo Cruz, the former 2-time TWF Allegheny Earldom fighter, beating up on Paulo Cruz, who is a former TWF Allegheny Earldom fighter in his own right, Tony Schiavone says. That's right, Ashley Williams said. Medusa, she never told anyone why she hates Apollo Cruz. Never told anybody why. She just hates him. And how can you hate someone without having a ground sacred why for it? And the Fight Lord just fell down, Ashley Williams says. Well, the answer you're asking, Taz says, I don't know why someone could truly hate someone without having the ground sacred why for it. But Medusa hates Apollo Cruz. And that is all it is. Medusa wants to smack him with her snake tail, Taz says, but she got out of the way, and she hates him, and that's the only sake why or ground you'll get. Paulo Cruz got Medusa. Tony Schiavone said down. The girl press slam. Here it comes. It's over. 1, 2, 3. Ding ding ding. Here is your winner. Here is fuck. Oh. Why don't I clear my throat for it? Here is your winner, Paulo Cruz. Apollo Cruz has beat Medusa here today on Dynamite or Might, Tony Schiavone said. So I guess Medusa has no one to guilt but herself for that. And I guess the fight, the bind, the hang-up, whatever you want to call it, the hatred between Medusa and Apollo Cruz, I guess it's done, Tony Schiavone says. I guess so, Ashley Williams said. I guess it's over. I guess it's over between Apollo Cruz and Medusa. Your guess is good as mine if it's truly over or not. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Taz says. I hope it is over between those two. But I can tell you something. I hope it's not. I hope Medusa keeps coming back. And I hope one day Medusa shifts Apollo Cruz to stone, Taz says. Well, Ashley Williams says, I hope Paulo Cruz beats Medusa and ends this hang-up, this bind between them. Ashley Williams said, you're right about that, Tony Schiavone said. Only time will tell if Apollo Cruz and Medusa have settled the hang-up, the bind, the hatred, whatever it is between them. I hope it has been settled. But that's all the time we got here for Dynamite or Mike. I am Tony Schiavone for Ashley Williams and Taz. We hope you like Dynamite or Mike, and we'll see you tomorrow for Impact on XSTV or Smashing Inside Farseer.